Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Conmen TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Yesterday, William Ruto talked about slaying the dragon of corruption. And he told Kenyans that as long as he is the president, as long as he's in charge, there will be no corruption in the new health scheme, the social health fund. There will be no corruption. And Kenyans were left with many questions. They were asking, can William Ruto fight corruption? And let me ask you, our viewers, do you believe that there will be no corruption in the social health scheme, SHA, and SHE, whatever you call it, as long as William Ruto is the president? One time, a friend who was actually a drunkard told me that you never hear me, you never ever hear me or come across me smelling alcohol. And when William Ruto said that as long as he's the president, we are not going to experience, or we are not going to hear anything about corruption. I remember that guy. And when he told me that, what followed is a story for another day. Because sometimes you'd pass each other without even, you could not even notice that I am the person, because he was completely tipsy, could not even differentiate Moses and Aaron, if you know what I mean. So Kenyans are doubting William Ruto because when I look at William Ruto, his past has been tainted with corruption. His government has been tainted with corruption. He appointed people in his cabinet with corruption cases. And if he's not preaching from Jerusalem, then I don't know why he should tell Kenyans that there will be no corruption. And he tried to explain to Kenyans who are very skeptical of what he was saying because of the past record. Number two, why Kenyans are not believing him is because SHA itself is shrouded in mystery when it comes to the tendering, when it comes to the companies that were awarded the tender and the kind of money that were used actually to start this project that is amounting to almost 110 billion, which was a huge amount. And people were asking why he could not actually improve on NHIF and give people the services that they needed. So that is the first reason why they were questioning. I want you to look at what he was saying here. Watch what he was saying here.
I want to assure the country that the challenges of fraud and corruption that had bedeviled the NHIF, they will never be, as so long as I am in charge, they will never be in our universal health coverage plan. We have costed the equipments, we have costed the drugs, we have costed the services with experts. The procurement of any equipment, the one that I see people talking about in the media, there was a procurement process. It was carried out between the counties and the national and the Ministry of Health. There is no obligation on any county to get any equipment from any supplier. There is no one supplier. I think there are 7 or so suppliers. And there is no obligation on any county. Anybody who says they were forced by the national government to sign whatever contract, those are conmen, and they are liars. Because Mungaro is here, Abdul Samad is here, Fatuma is here, they are governors. There is nobody who forced them to sign any contract. That is the truth. Nobody was forced. And nobody, you have to be a fool to be forced to sign the wrong thing. And you actually sign.
Again, the president talked about tribalism, and he is going to stand as firm as a rock, and he's not going to let anybody talk about tribalism. And he was saying that many people are not happy with the broad-based government that he brought Raila Amolo Odinga and his people in the government. And I think here he was addressing the Kikuyus who strongly believe that they contributed so much so that they can make him the president. And he was actually responding to them, because I understand those who are in government, they are being referred to those who are in opposition, those who are brought by Raila Amolo Odinga. They are referring to those who were there, especially from the mountain, as the opposition CSs and PSs. And William Samoei Ruto is alive to this, is aware of this, and I think he was addressing them. Number two, he was trying to bring other communities to him, because already the mountain had bolted out of his government. And what there is that he must look for allies. So he's trying to sweet talk them. And once he sweet talk them, he may be expecting that they are going to support him. He's expecting that they are going to follow his line of thinking. And I think I have a problem with what he was saying about tribalism. The last time I checked, I found 42 state corporations and that are headed by people from the Kalenjin community. And when you look at the Kenya Meat Commission, it is headed by Kalenjin. Kenya Pipeline is also headed by William Samoei Ruto's tribesman. When you look at the Kenya Meat Commission, you pipeline, new KCC, the Energy Ministry. If there are so many, and you cannot even be able to count them here, because William Samoei Ruto has actually showed that he may talk so much and may have very nice word about tribalism, but whatever he's practicing is very, very different. And I think, in English we say that action speaks louder than word. Don't need to, a tiger does not need to pronounce its tigitude. Everybody will be able to see it's a tiger, and will keep off. So what William Samoei Ruto is saying that most of the things that William Samoei Ruto talk about are the same things that he end up doing, like now when he talk about tribalism. Because you cannot tell me now, you look at the control of State House, is William Samoei Ruto's tribeman, and from the same community. If you look at even people who actually behave in a way that people have never understood, because you realize that William Samoei Ruto has some guys who are not in government, but they drive vehicles with national flag, and they address Kenyans like they are cabinet secretaries, and you wonder which position do they hold in government, and who gave them all these powers and authority. And again, when you look at William Samoei Ruto, although he was accusing Gachagua of tribalism, you agree with me that this is when a case of the kettle calling the pot black, and William Samoei Ruto from Agos has been practicing what is actually tribalism and its ugly face. So when William Samoei Ruto say that he's not going to allow tribalism, what he need to do is to give the country the face of Kenya. Let those 42 positions, and they are very, very strategic if you ask me, let them be held by people from other communities. Let them be shared equally as per the population. But we cannot have some communities dominating others. Whatever he's saying is true, is okay, but what is practicing is where he draws the line. That is where the problem is. So we don't expect in future to see this kind of arrangement. So let us practice, let us walk the talk, and not just say what we do not mean. So guys, I want you to watch what we were saying here, and you maybe I will leave you to maybe comment in the comment section. Watch what William Samuel Ruto was saying here about tribalism.
Solemn commitment that tribalism is not going to be part of our DNA. We must get rid of it. I know there are leaders who are unhappy that we have an expanded government. We have a government that brings everybody on board. Let me just tell them, this country belongs to all of us. There is no special Kenya. There is no special place. There is no special group of people. We are all one people, the people of Kenya. And it is our duty to work together. Hakuna haja ya kukasirika ati kwa sababu unataka watu wengine wakue nje miaka yote. You know? Tufanye kazi kwa pamoja. Hii Kenya inatutosha. This country is big enough for all of us. We must not exclude others. It is not necessary. Let us include everybody. Working together, we can build the synergy, we can build the momentum to create that which is enough for every Kenyan, from every community, and from every region, and from every county. On that, I am